Hello everyone, this is CJNovo992 and today we're back for another brand new video, and as you can see, people, we are back once again in a car for a cheeky little Rangers reaction. Now again, we are trying to experiment with the content this year and bring you some different stuff and give you my sort of fast thinking reaction, so you're getting my opinions right on the latest Rangers news. So if you didn't like these types of videos, make sure to let me know in the comment section, and on the flip side of that, if you do enjoy the sort of car vlog reactions, let me know as well and I'll keep on doing them. But we're obviously here for a reason, and I'll be honest with every single person who's watching today's video. I saw this news coming, I did know it was coming, I thought it was getting announced. The more so I have been kind of caught with my pants pulled down, if you will, as someone drives by. Congratulations, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. But I was expecting it to be tomorrow, and if you watched the last preview video, especially versus Ross County, and saw a couple of the jokes I've been doing on the channel and on social media, I've kind of let my feelings be known about the Hagi loan. But now it's officially been announced, we are here to talk about it. And I think the first thing to actually talk about is the loan itself, because some people were expecting it to be a permanent transfer. I know there was some speculation out there, Bookie's gone with this, he's gone to Tel Aviv, he was gone here, 3 million, 4 million. It is a thing that I never really talk about these things, especially on the channel, because it is guff. Like, if it smells like crap, it usually is crap, so I didn't bring it to you right here on the channel. Subscribe if you're new, human person who's walking by in the background there. But so I didn't always bring the stuff that's all about the place. I know you want me to talk about this guy and this guy, but if there's nothing in it, we didn't bring it and we didn't talk about it on the channel. So I knew there was nothing in a permanent transfer, but I'd sort of knew there would be an interest in a loan. So we kind of touched on it in the Ross County preview video. Now we're here to talk about it further, and now it's been officially announced as he joins over to the Spanish League, ladies and gentlemen, for a season-long loan. Now I think, just like maybe the Ross McCrory loan from a couple of years ago and everything like that, we know what this loan is, right? This loan is giving Hagi an opportunity to impress clubs, maybe the Spanish club that he's away joining. I mean, they've just bet Seville 4-3 in their most recent game of football. They're sitting 9th in the Spanish League. That could be a tidy wee club for him to actually say it. It's a good environment, they're playing good football, it sets him up well playing attacking football. He'll get a lot of the ball, and he should arguably on paper shine over in the Spanish League, so he might make his value more. But that's what it is for me. This is what this loan is all about. Hagi's missed a lot of football over the last couple of years. I imagine if Rangers were trying to move him on permanently, this transfer, the offers that was getting offered, probably wouldn't have been great, people. But if he goes there, shows his quality and shows what he can be, then you're looking at next season whether that Spanish club wants to keep him or another club coming in has to pay a bit more for him. So for me, put my heart to one side, because we will talk about that in the next couple of minutes. How do I feel about it from a business point of view? I think Rangers have actually done the best thing for our club, because it keeps Hagi, as even dogs are barking, so they want to get involved in the actual video. But for me, Hagi gone over there, if he's able to replicate what he's able to do, it's only going to boost the potential value that we make in terms in next summer. So for any Hagi people expecting or hoping maybe he's going to go there loan and come back to Rangers, I think it's been quite clear now that he doesn't have a future anymore, and maybe that contract extension that Beale signed when he first walked in the door was nothing more than to protect the value of the player and think about the club that way. So taking your heart and your emotions out of it, does it make business sense for Rangers? Absolutely. And maybe that's something we've been poor at previously, letting contracts run out, letting people go for pennies. This is a wee bit forward thinking, and I guess this is what clubs actually do. But can we put the heart back on the table then, shall we? Because I feel the way I feel about Hagi in terms of what he's able to bring as a football player. I do think he is slightly different than what we've got. Well, certainly what we had in the past. Now we've got the Cantwells there, and we had the Tillman previously and everything. That creative style player that's going to get on the ball and is willing to try stuff. Yes, it doesn't always work out. Yes, it can sometimes fail. Yes, it can sometimes break down. But there's no too many players that we've had over the years that's willing to have the shot from 30 yards, who's willing to do that. Do you know what I mean by that? So for me, Hagi did tick a very important box for Rangers. And I have seen a wee bit of a narrative shift online, and it's, oh, these players get better when they didn't play. And that's fair. If that's your opinion, that's completely fine. But where I sit with that one, and I do understand it, because Katic was maybe a prisoner of that as well, because he was away for so long, and maybe we built him up to be better than he actually was. And that's sort of been the way of being a Rangers fan. When we didn't see players, we talk about them and they sort of build, and the hype builds up, and when stuff doesn't go right, this guy's better than him. I understand people trying to argue and maybe throw Hagi in that same bus. Oh, apparently he's great now. He only had one good game versus Braga. He's living off the Braga game. Braga tax, Braga this. Not only was Braga a magnificent for his football club, by the way, so he should be talked up to the hilt. But to say Hagi had only one good game for Rangers and he was a prisoner of the Braga moment is kinda unfair in my opinion, because right off the top of my head, again, this is just coming right off the noggin, he had big moments for us, not only in European football with Braga that we've already spoken about, but what about Bromby, people? Remember the Europa League final we made? Mind the run and all the memories that we've created and the moments, the Lundstrom goals, the Kamara goals, all this. Remember that memory? Well, that was due to the fact that Hagi scored an away goal to keep us alive in that European Cup competition with a fantastic run and a fantastic goal. Did that game mean nothing? Did that moment mean nothing? Was he crap in that game? No, he carried us in that away performance. If we actually think back in the season that we won the league, he was simply outstanding, people. He played 48 games in all competitions. He had 23 goal contributions, people. 23 goal contributions in 48 games. It was no wonder we won the league undefeated that season. He was simply incredible, both in the domestic and obviously had his moments in European football as well. You think about it, the winner that he scored at Hibs, the winner that he scored at St Johnstone. I mean, on his debut as well, he scored versus Hibs. So to say he had one good game versus Braga, knew he's been injured and people are talking him up saying he's a good player, is utter nonsense in my opinion. Every single time Hagi played for this football club, rightly or wrongly, he was involved in the action, and for me he is a very tidy player and he should be remembered for what he has done for his football club. Didn't just take me for saying it, people. He said it himself in his press conference. They know who I am, they know what I've done. It's not just Braga, people, which again was sensational. Look at what the guy's actually done in his time. Again, we've only touched on it very briefly in this reaction video, but I just wanted to counteract that because some of the stuff that I'm seeing said about the lad, I know he's now leaving the football club and there's always going to get that faction of the support that when someone leaves, shite anyway, he's crap anyway, you know what I mean? That's always going to happen, but come on, man, this is Hagi. But boy, got absolutely buried in a cup game that he probably shouldn't have been playing, if we're honest, and had a horrific injury. He's done well to battle back, and if he is as fit as he's ever been, as sharp as he's ever been, and if he goes on to be what he thinks he can be in that press conference, he's going to be a very tidy player over in the Spanish league and make us a pretty penny next year when the transfer window is obviously opened back up, whether again it is making a permanent transfer to the Spanish team or moving on at the end of that. And that's all I really want to say about our boy Hagi. Again, I could go into more detail about this and this and this, but people were asking me, was Hagi good? Blah blah blah. What was it? Was he terrible? Was he overrated? Was he overhyped? No, people. His name obviously brings a certain type of baggage, but if you're actually fair and you look at what he's done for this football club and the big moments and the big games and the platforms he gave us to build upon, I think it's very cruel to say he had one good game and he should be in. He had one deflected free kick versus Braga. That's nonsense, in my opinion. But again, it is a big move for Michael Beale. And Michael Beale has said in his own presser before the Ross County match, or was it after the Ross County match, where he was sitting and saying, we've got loads of players in those areas. Sima, Rabbi Matundo's now bounced on the scene, but now you've got Cantwell, you've got Danilo, you've got Lammers. These are all attacking players in the positions that Hagi would play, and Michael Beale, as the Rangers manager, has made the decision that they're above him. Rightly or wrongly, whatever we feel in that aspect, he's the manager, it's on him today. And again, it is a bold decision. We want a manager to be making the big decision and maybe being a bit cutthroat and making the right decisions that he feels. No feeling pressure for a director of football, no being run by this guy, no being run by that guy. Beale's made his bed, now it's time to live in it, and all the players that he's put the trust in to move Hagi on loan. We want to get the money for it. We're not going to go out and spend this money going buy a centre back. He's made the decision that he's happy with taking Hagi out of the equation with the attackers that we now have, and that is a very big decision on that aspect, because a couple injuries here or there, if people didn't hit the high ground, there will be people looking at Beale and saying what a horrible decision that was to move Hagi out on loan, where again you can't reinvest the money. So I guess it's just how you look at it. You half full type guy, half empty type of guy. You can let me know down in the comment section below, but that's how I feel about Hagi. Using my head, it makes business sense. If he isn't going to play, if he's not going to get a start versus Greenock Morton, his stock is only going to fall if he sits for a year no playing. football, people. That's just why it is. Coming in here, coming in here. If no matter what he can do for his substitute appearance, if he can't play his way into the starting 11, it makes sense to give him a loan, see if he can go become a player and see if he can kick it in and take it to the next level that brings us some money. And aye, that makes complete sense. With the heat, again, the heart, I prefer if someone is busting their ass and has passion and who wants to play for his football club and who has taken every minute that he's given as an opportunity as a substitute. If he can take that, I feel like if you're given all that, you should be given an opportunity to play in the first 11, no matter if it doesn't really correlate with what you want today. That's just my opinion. I think if you work your arse off and you train and you give absolutely everything and you perform, you should be given an opportunity whether you're in the plans or not. But that's just not the way football is, people. Managers have their players, have their styles. Beale's made his decision and Hagi's out on loan, and I expect him not to play again for the football club. And you know what annoys me? OCD wise, he's finished on 99 games. Can we not just give him one game? Can we just give him one game for my own sanity, people? But that's my thoughts and opinions on the Hagi situation. What about you? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down there in the comment section below. Do you agree with the decision or do you disagree? Let me know how you feel. And yeah, you'll be seeing me again in the next couple of days for another player that's leaving the football club, but that'll be a more structured video as the guy's been here a hell of a lot longer. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Siege Over 92. Thank you so much for watching. All the best and bye-bye.